What type of nutrition or supplements will help you keep your skin looking great on the outside? This is JJ Virgin, 4-time New York Times bestselling author, celebrity nutrition expert, and fitness Hall of Famer. I've been on a lifelong quest for answers to the toughest health questions. And now I'm sharing what I found with you. Welcome to Ask the Health Expert. Katie Moore from YouTube asks, aside from the external stuff you put on your skin or the procedures you might perform on clients, what type of internal practices have you seen working for your patients? Hey, it's JJ, and I've got Rachel Varga, board-certified aesthetic nurse specialist, with me to answer this question. Besides her obsession with non-surgical solutions for amazing skin, she's also got some pretty diverse, interesting interests, from scuba diving with sharks to writing her own music and playing a variety of instruments. She'll be right back with the answer, so stay with us.
At first, I didn't think it was real. I woke up to this blinding light, and I was transported to another place. Pluto TV! Then I heard a voice.
Come with me if you want to live.
There were thousands of movies and shows, and they were all free.
The truth is ours.
It's just so beautiful.
On Pluto TV, free streaming of Terminator 2, Fringe, Arrow, The 100, and The X-Files may cause excitement, loss of sleep, and sudden belief in extraterrestrials. No credit cards or alien encounters necessary. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
What a great question. What type of nutrition or supplements will help you keep your skin looking good on the outside? And again, this really comes down to figuring out what your specific physical constitution wants. And this really starts to now get into the body, mind, spirit energy, because when all of those things are balanced, you're going to be your most beautiful and radiant version. This is just what I see time and time again with these lovely clients that I work with. And I've worked with thousands since 2011. And there are a number of common threads, and I'm really going to break it down for you guys. I do talk about this in my ebook, Unlocking Your Vitality, which you guys can get your hand on. And it's kind of a guidebook that really lays this all out for you guys. Typically, I see women in their 60s, sometimes for the first time. And, they've come to me with me and they're, Rachel, what can I do to make my skin better? And I take one look at them and they're just radiating. They're beautiful. They got that inner radiance happening for them. And I see that actually cultivated to a higher degree in women, typically in their 50s and 60s, than I see in young men and women in their 20s and 30s. So this is getting into some internal practices that I just see across the board really working for people. So the other part of this question is, what type of internal practices have I seen working for my patients? It's balancing that body, mind, spirit energy. So let's just break this down for you guys. So with the body, I'm a firm believer in really balancing your exercise. So whether that's your cardiovascular, right? Getting your heart pumping, your cardiovascular training, really good for your lung and heart health. And then we have our strength training, lifting those weights, building that bone density up, and then flexibility and stability. Say, for example, with yoga or Pilates or other exercises like Tai Chi or Qigong that are very grounding and balancing, but are also great for kind of bringing everything together. But it's absolutely marrying those three to really help your body be as strong as possible. Because trust me, I spent 6 months just doing yoga every day. And then I went to the gym and I couldn't believe how weak I was. So it's really balancing that. And then another internal practice for the mind is to really start to do things that light you up. So these lovely, lovely people, men and women that I'm referring to in their 50s and 60s that have really dialed in their practices and do things in their life that bring them joy, that really light them up on the inside. It's keeping their mind strong. It's keeping their mind stimulated. And then for the spirit, some people will call this spirituality. Some people will call this religion. I also I just observe this all the time, that typically these very vibrant people that I work with have some type of spiritual practice, whatever that may be, but they do have a spiritual practice. And then with our energy, so body, mind, spirit, and then adding the layer of energy. Energy is neither created or destroyed. It's merely transformed. We're always going through shifts in our life, whether that's a loss of a loved one, a divorce, we're having a child, or the child's moved out of the house. There are always things that are happening in our lives that, yes, can impact our cortisol, which thus impacts our hormones. And whatever we can do to stabilize and keep our body in the highest degree of balance possible, that is really one of the key aspects to really helping your skin look good from the inside, because your whole essence is going to be better. So why I'm saying this is, if you haven't looked at the world in this way, this is going to blow your mind. We live in a world of duality: light, dark, good, bad. Your hormones are, too high in this spectrum or too low in this spectrum. Things will be out of balance and equilibrium for you. Our bodies are always wanting to get to equilibrium. So the more options we have to let our body do that, the better it's going to function, the better your skin is going to look, and reduce inflammation. And if you've never considered inflammation actually aging you, I want you to remember this word. It's called inflammaging. Inflammation causes things to change in our body. And when we reduce inflammation by even, say, taking some really great antioxidant supplements to help our body work as it wants to work, by giving our body all of these great cofactors so that it can function optimally, things are just going to be better, right? So when you have your diet dialed in, you're taking some really great supplements, you're actually going to be giving your body a better chance at fighting off some of the free radical damage that occurs from our environment, whether that's pollution, whether that's from blue light, whether that's from, Wi-Fi and cell phones and all of that. I really feel that we do have to hone in our internal practices now more than ever if we want to age well, because even our food isn't quite as nutrient dense as it used to be. So what type of nutrition and supplements will help you keep your skin looking good on the outside? I do recommend that you take some labs and get some different gene testings to really analyze what's right for your constitution. Because for me, I don't do very well with eating rice, but my husband does. I don't do great with grains. And I was actually only able to determine that with working with a nutritionist. So I highly recommend that if you're wanting to maximize your lifestyle practices, to actually meet with a professional and get some of these labs for yourself done so that you can start to just really give your body what it wants. And again, just a reiteration, what type of internal practices have I seen working for my most vibrant patients? It's really figuring out how to better align your body, mind, spirit, and energy practices to allow your body to be as balanced as possible. And when we're talking about, okay, how can we be our most authentic version? That really will stem from when you are your most balanced version, you're going to be your happiest version. You're going to be your truest version. And that's going to allow you to interact with people, places, and things in a much more beautiful way. And you are going to have a higher level of radiance. I promise you.
This is JJ with Ask the Health Expert. I do this 5 times a week, so make sure you never miss a show by going to subscribetojj.com.